So let's make a little snack together. Gonna make a little coconut drink with coconut meat and sea moss. This is some sea moss that I've had soaking. Gonna put a little mango in there. Some cold spring water. Maybe a little spirulina. Very, very simple. So that's where it all leads to. It leads to simplicity and quiet and stillness. So you can channel. Oh yeah, you guys hear that thunder? So you can channel the energy of God. You know, all in the right time and all in your time. This has been a journey for me. And if it were up to me and my ego, I would be doing a lot more. But someone wants me to get real quiet and real still and calm it all down and allow it to be and allow it to come to me. And the food has gotten so simple. I used to dump so many ingredients, like, oh, I gotta make this complex smoothie and get all my ingredients and, you know, have my breakfast smoothie, and then I'd be bloated it an hour later, you know, and I'm like, it's not healthy, right? Took me a while to get it, you know. It's really about the breath. And so when I wake up, I go to the mat, well, I play with my cats for a little bit, you know, I may go check on my plants outside. I really, you know, love the morning time, and, you know, it's cool. It's summertime, so it's cool in the morning. It's so nice. So I do things, and then, you know, I come to the mat and settle in and stretch, you know, and then do some deep breathing, really open up all the channels and get that body open. And then come into stillness. And I've been meditating for over 20 years. And so for me, it's pretty easy at this point. In the beginning, I used some guided, you know, meditation for like the first year, but now it's like, boom. Did you guys hear that thunder? Anyways, boom. You know, bring that drishti, that focus, that point of focus, and all my thoughts just come into that line of consciousness, and that stream of consciousness flows effortlessly and smoothly, and it's like nothing. And I just open up to the light and to the spirit, and I breathe, and I allow my breath to flow through me, and I move my core, and I allow myself to move from the inside out. And it's a beautiful practice. And I don't get up off my mat until I feel, woo, real centered, you know, and at peace and calm. And then the whole rest of my day is shaped in that energy. And, you know, it's different than I used to be, but it's wonderful, and it set me free, and this is what God wants for me. And I'm so fully surrendered at this point to what God wants, because I've been given numerous examples of synchronicity and blessings and angels and the cosmic energy coming together to support me. So I'm not fighting it anymore. I fought it for a long time because maybe I didn't feel deserving. I didn't understand it. I had all this internal dialogue that told me I was needed to be doing all these other things. I was indoctrinated in a completely other way of being. So it's been a lot to accept where I am now. And, you know, there's different chapters. There's chapters where I did a lot, where I served other people a lot, where I, you know, worked a lot overtime. And it's just a progression, and there's different chapters, and it's all about accepting where you are on your chapter. And sometimes God wants you to sit in stillness and meditation, and I'm in the perfect environment for that. And that chaos of the modern world, well, it's there, you know, but I mean, the modern world is there, the flow of it, and I'm glad it is. I'm grateful for everything. But the chaos is gone, and it needs to be gone. It needs to be gone for all of us, because it's not serving anyone. So that's not a little spiel for right now. And, oh, I'm feeling the energy of the storm coming in. I love it. I love this time of day. Anyways, let's make a little coconut drink, okay? I don't really like thick smoothies, but, you know, I like to make smoothie-like drinks sometimes. And so let's do it. That's good. That's good for now. I'm gonna put that aside. So we've got sea moss. I'm going to put that and the water in there with it. I'm going to put a little bit of this mango. Let's just scoop it out. It's so yummy. Let's put a little bit more. That's delicious. The kids outside. So yeah, I live in a village and there's people walking around outside all the time. Everyone smiles and says hello. Everyone knows my name. And I absolutely love it. The loneliness epidemic going on in the United States, I started experiencing that and noticing that, 20 years ago, over 20 years ago. And wow, it's been a spiritual journey ever since. I was like, wow, I can't live like this. I can't live isolated. I can't live in this coldness and this separation and this rugged individualism. Something in my gut said, no, this is not right. And I did everything I could to interact with people in community and to just get out of the isolation, whatever it took. And it was some weird shit, man. One day, okay, I'm gonna write it all down, right, in a book. It's been some weird things, but ultimately, it's all, had a place, and it's all been part of a process. And now here I am, living in Mexico, way out in rural village, and, I'm just kind of like, I wouldn't be able to do this without the internet, without, being connected to everyone through the internet. So I'm grateful, everything in divine timing. But I absolutely love nature, and so nature helps me feel connected to everyone and everything and expansiveness, and just the people are so friendly here that I don't feel alone. And so, it's all good in the hood, just based on, what's going on in the world and everything. This makes sense now. Maybe it wouldn't have made sense, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, but 20 years ago wouldn't have made sense, but it all makes sense now because I just had to let that shit go. And there's some major shit going down, and we're in for some major changes, and we have to accept it, and we need to move along with the process, surrender to what's being asked for us, and then things are easier. When we fight it, when we resist it, that's when it's hard. So God is in charge, okay? There is a higher power, and that higher power is in charge, and you've got to surrender. There's, that's what you're here to do. So let's put a little spirulina in there. Tiny bit. All right, we got a little. And I'm going to put just a little drop of honey. This is raw, local honey from the honey lady in one of the little towns. So I'm going to stir it up a little bit. It's crystallized. Okay, so just a little bit because the mango makes it pretty sweet anyways. Okay, that's enough. I'm not a big sweet person. Like a little, but... Okay, all right, so now I'm going to add some fresh spring water that I get straight from my tap, and it comes from a spring up above the town, from the mountains, up above the highway, so it's clean and it's delicious, and I can get it straight from my tap. As I put it in these jars, I put it in the fridge so it'll be cold. Okay. Here we go. Now, I'm gonna blend her up. So there she is, folks. We've got a very, very simple drink here. Coconut base with sea moss, which is just full of minerals. This is a multivitamin in itself. So sea moss that I ordered from a friend, and so it's fresh from Jamaica, and I brought it down with me. My friend brought it down with me from the United States. So a little mango, a little spirulina, and spring water. So simple. So your food does not need to be complex. You do not need to put a lot of time into it. The easier and the more simple, really, the better. You look at all the other animals, and they only eat like one food at a time. And so, take a hint, take a clue, and realize that that's what's best for us. How did we get to this place of such complex meals and, having a balanced meal 3 times a day and all this stuff? Well, I'm not really exactly sure, but I do know that it's not the way. I know that for sure. And I do know that the meat and dairy industry has had a lot to do with brainwashing people into thinking that they need to eat meat and animal products because they have a vested interest. And so you need to wake up to that. You are being propagandized by the meat and dairy industry. They own your government. And it's a bunch of lies and it's a bunch of nonsense. And it matters because it's keeping you addicted to poison and it's keeping you lower in consciousness. And you do not need it. Okay, I don't eat animal products in over 20 years. And I am not dying. I am not sick. I am not weak. There is nothing wrong with me. Nothing's missing. In fact, everything is better because of it. So, very yummy, very delicious. It's starting to rain. I'm so excited. I transplanted a bunch of plants earlier and now they're being watered in. So it's really perfect and beautiful. Just love the way that the rain comes and cools everything down, and the thunder and the lightning, and it's also magical. And I freaking love it. I love storms. I love electric skies, and I love the the aliveness of it and the freshness of it, and I just get off on it, baby. It's good stuff. We're bombarded with so much information and so much stimulus, and we're, in this competition mode. Me, more, and that's not where the healing is. That's not where the peace is. That's not even where the true prosperity is. Sure, you can make money, but if you're not really at peace with yourself, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. And if you don't get that yet, then meditate more, because you will eventually. The answer is in simplicity, and the most beautiful things in life are free. And that's been my lesson in life. And God will provide when you are walking with God. When you are on your journey and you're surrendered to your path, you will be provided for. And oh man, have I been reminded of that over and over again, and have I been tested over and over and over again. And at this point, I'm just like grateful for the blessings, and I'm just keeping it, in line. Surrender to what is wanted for me, whatever that is. I really taste the sea moss. What does it taste like? It tastes like something. I can't put my finger on it right now, but anyway, it's really good. Anyways, just sharing a little bit.